I spent hours talking to ChatGPT to help me creating the data layer structure on my Shopify e-commerce store, and it actually helped. It helped me creating all the required e-commerce data layer events that I can use with Google Tag Manager to track all the user action, starting from the page view product, add to cart, all the way to the purchase. So in this video, I'll show you how to talk to ChatGPT. I'll show you the prompts that I used with ChatGPT so it can help me with the data layer events. And the good news is I also will share at the end of the video the data layer code or the custom event code that you can use directly without the hassle with talking to ChatGPT. So let's get started. So I started this chat with ChatGPT with like a simple wording, just I need help creating data layer events with my store, and heads up that the data layer code that ChatGPT will give to you might throw some errors, and other cases it might not include all of the details within the data layer. So you just need to be patient, even with using the prompts that I will share at the end of the video. You need to be patient. You need to check the data layer information that are returned from the code that ChatGPT have returned. And then if the console is throwing back some errors or you're not even seeing the data layer events firing, you need to be patient with ChatGPT. So the first option, and by the way, we are going to talk about three things. So one, creating a data layer code to use directly in the Shopify theme files. Two, using the custom events pixel in Shopify to fire all the data layer events, and also how to QA or check the data layer events either ways that you will decide to go with. And lastly, how ChatGPT can help you create a tag from scratch, a custom HTML tag from scratch based on the data layer that is created by ChatGPT, and also how to set up the trigger and the variables. So let's get started. The first method, this is really not recommended at all, since Shopify currently, for those who doesn't know Shopify, Shopify is a solution for users to create websites to. It doesn't allow injecting tracking snippet directly through the same files, and it only currently we can track anything that the user, or inject any snippets, tracking snippets to track the user action for any events aside of the checkout events and the purchase event. So that's why it's not recommended, because at the end of the day, we won't be able to have data layer events for the checkout funnel event and also the purchase. So let's see. ChatGPT, with the first prompt, it gave me that code, and it asked me to add it into the theme.liquid theme file under the head opening. So that's the head opening, and that's the code that ChatGPT have provided. So let's preview that theme and check out the data layer events. You can use the console commands to load the data layer events within your Chrome browser, or you can use any Chrome extension to help you see the data layer events. So for example, I really like a Chrome extension called Data Layer Checker, which I have talked about in the other videos, and of course you know it in case you were following the other videos. So let's see. Click on the data layer Chrome extension, data checker, and we can see that this is the pageView event that was fired, the data layer event by ChatGPT. So that's the first one. The other ones are not coming from the code that I have placed. Now let's go to a product page. Let's add this product to the shopping cart and see the data layer events. This is the page view event firing on the very top of the page. Then this is the product view event that ChatGPT have helped us to add. So it has a product ID, name, price, and category. We can use that data using Google Tag Manager and send it to a marketing destination like Facebook Pixel, or analytics destination like Google Analytics. So we can know how many users have viewed that product or added it to the cart. And scrolling a bit up, I don't actually see the data layer event for the add to cart. We will be using the custom pixel setup instead of the code snippet setup. It wouldn't be useful debugging and seeing why this add to cart event is not firing or working. But yeah, that's the part where I mentioned that you have to be patient with ChatGPT and give ChatGPT all the required information about, for example, the add to cart is not firing, what should I do? It will give you another updated version of the code where it will have some debugging statement, and these debugging statement will push some messages within the console within Google Chrome. ChatGPT will direct you on how to get these messages, and you will need to send it back to it so it knows why the issue is happening and how to solve it. Now let's go back, or let's proceed with the second option, which is the custom pixel. So with this option, what we can do is creating a custom pixel within Shopify. So it fires all the necessary data layer events on all pages, including the checkout pages and the purchase pages. So let's see how this comes in picture. This is the custom code that ChatGPT have provided for me, and I also be adding it at the document in the end of the video, and I'll show it to you. But when you do copy this custom events code, the custom pixel code, make sure to update with using your Google Tag Manager ID. You can get that from Google Tag Manager, and you will find your ID over here. Let's go back. So this is the custom pixel code. It is activated. You will find here a button called connect. You'll need to do that, and then we can test it out. So you can use this new feature that Shopify have introduced like a month ago, where you can preview the custom pixel setup or the data that is included within the custom pixel. Because something about the custom pixel, it is working through something called iframe, and this means that it is not loading or firing on the website directly, making the GTM preview mode not working. GTM or Google Tag Manager will not be able to capture the data layer events or show them within the preview mode. If we tried using the preview mode on this theme, we will not be seeing anything. So that's why I'm using this Shopify Pixel Helper to help us debug or check all the details within the implemented data layer. So yeah, as you can see here, this is the pageView event, similar to the other one that we had. Now let's go to a product page and see what will happen. A product viewed event have fired, and if you clicked on the show data received, you will get, or you will see all the product details like the price. As you can see, it matches the currency, the product title, the vendor, the ID, SKU, and so on. Anything that is available on that screen, this custom pixel will include it within the data layer that is pushed via the custom pixel, and then you can use it with Google Tag Manager. So let's try adding this product to the cart, and this time we get the add to cart data layer event. Now let's go to the checkout pages and see if we get the other checkout events firing using this custom pixel. As you can see, once we arrive to the checkout pages, the checkout started event have fired for us, and all of the details are available within the custom pixel. You can see that, or you can notice that some of the fields here are marked as null or doesn't have any data. This is because Shopify doesn't yet recognize me as a user. I haven't added the address or the email. But if you scroll a bit to the bottom, you would see the product or the core details, like the how many products that I added to the cart, and the product price, the order total cart value, and so on. Anything that we have in the cart, we will find it within the custom pixel. Now let's check if we will be able to see the purchase event details. And yeah, we have now the checkout completed data layer event also firing, which translate to the purchase data layer event. And now you can see all the user information has now been added. Since I added a dummy data, it doesn't make really sense, but you will have the user address, city, country, last name, first name, zip code, everything that the user adds, you will get in the data layer. And also you will get all of the order details as well. Now, this is all great, but here is the thing, like we can't really troubleshoot, or we can't really use the preview mode, the Google Tag Manager preview mode on our website. Makes it harder for us to inspect the data layer and how to like build data layer variables. And this is when ChatGPT role comes again. So let me show you how I ask ChatGPT to do this. In this part, I have asked ChatGPT to help me create a HTML tag within Google Tag Manager where I want to fire the add to cart event and send some parameters or information to my Facebook pixel, like the product name, product ID, and value. So ChatGPT have created this custom HTML tag for me, and it asked me to add my pixel ID over here and also create these data layer events. It will also guide me a step by step on how to create the data layer events in Google Tag Manager and name them so they are mapped inside with the same naming convention that we are using inside this custom HTML tag. So let's see how this works. So I have prepared the tag and publish it within Google Tag Manager. So here is the tag. It identically looks like what we had in ChatGPT, and I was showing a moment ago. I have added a dummy Facebook pixel ID and also these data layer variables already in the variable section. So let's verify that this is working. But how can we do this since the preview mode will not work? Like if we use preview mode right now, it wouldn't show us anything. So let me show you. So it's actually pretty straightforward. It would be using the Facebook Pixel helper. So let's go to the website and add an item to the shopping cart and see if the event fired or not. And yeah, we can see that the dummy pixel that we have created the tag for it over here, this is the pixel ID, has fired the add to cart with the correct content ID or product ID, product name with the price. So yeah, I have prepared this document as well, where I have the prompts. So prompt one for the data layer code, if you want to try the whole thing again and talk with ChatGPT, this would save you a huge amount of time since I'm sure that this prompt will work as expected. Instead of spending hours like I did and creating the data layer event code, you can use this prompt if you'd like to start with it. Now the custom, this one, the prompt number 2 is for the custom pixel code. You can send ChatGPT this prompt and it will return the custom pixel code that you can use in Shopify. Third and final one is how to create any marketing destination tag within Google Tag Manager using ChatGPT. It will not do it for you, but it will give you straightforward step by step on how to do that. And lastly, I have added here the custom pixel code. You can copy it directly and use it within your account, but mind that you'll need to change the Google Tag Manager container ID and also the liquid code or the code that you can use to fire the data layer using the theme files. I don't recommend going with that option since you won't be able to populate the checkout and purchase events. But yeah, I hope this helps. My name is Ahmed. I create videos and content on LinkedIn on how to become a web analyst. And also I share everything. I try to share everything I know about this industry, trying to help everyone else learning web analytics. Let me know if you have any questions, and I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe to this video and leave me a comment if you liked that video and it was helpful for you. But yeah, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.